Hey, welcome to Trailer Treasure. I'm Kristi, and today we're going to look at the movie trailer for Anatomy of a Murder, a 1959 film starring Jimmy Stewart and directed by Otto Preminger. The idea behind the series is to look at trailers over time to see how they've changed, the techniques they use, and just generally, analyze them as pieces of art and communication, not just as disposable sort of wrappers for the movies that they advertise. So let's go ahead. I thought we'd start with an old school trailer because I thought that would be more interesting to compare what people were doing in the last century and evaluate them by today's standards, or at least giving the perspective. So we're going to go ahead and get right into it. Colombia.
Hey. There's a new movie coming to this town. All those involved in this...
Alright, so I like the idea of the push-in with the camera. It gets you, as an audience member, it gets you right involved. I have to say that the setup for this, though, the guy is almost behind a pole. And so it's a little awkward in terms of, like, the camera moving around him because you feel like you're like just moving forward toward this pole. I get the impression that they're trying, the impression they want to give. Also, this actor over here breaking the fourth wall. Totally. I can't. Maybe you can't see. I'll have to move my finger. This guy right here is breaking the fourth wall right there. By the way, I'm going to be stopping this a lot as I go through, so if you want to watch the trailer uninterrupted, click the link in the description box and go check it out, which I recommend. You should go see the original source so you can evaluate it on your own. But as it is, I like that technique. It's interesting how shaky it is, though. If we go back, their push-in is some handheld feel to it. It feels very raw. It doesn't feel like it's set up on one of those smooth tracks that they have nowadays. So let's just watch the movement as they push in.
There is a new movie.
Some wobbly. Look at them. There's rubber wobbly. Love it.
Will now be sworn in.
Raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear that you have done your job in this picture to the best of your abilities, James Stewart?
I do.
You, James.
I do.
Oh, another push. Another push.
Arthur O'Connell.
Another push. Ooh.
Eve Arden.
I do.
Catherine Grant.
That's a little bit motion sickness from this.
Duke Ellington? I do.
Okay, that's a little bit different.
And you, Joseph N. Welsh, who temporarily deserted the real law to play Judge Weaver? I do.
This is okay, so I understand where they're going with this. It's really cute too, the way that they are putting together this. They're pretending to swear in the actors and other famous people. So this seems to accomplish two things. One, it goes with the courtroom theme, and also it introduces you to the actors in the film. My only real objection was those multiple push-in shots, having them done repeatedly. It makes me feel a bit like I'm on a boat and gives me a sense of motion sickness. I'm not motion sick or anything, but it might have been a little bit too much on a big screen.
This is highly irregular.
Irregular, John? Didn't you approve the screenplay by Wendell Mays?
Okay, why is this person talking away from us? I don't, like, when you're composing the frame and you're setting up your actors, or anyone who's speaking, why would you put somebody facing away from the camera? Right now, I can look at the guy, this guy. Put it over here. I'll get better at this. I can see this guy's face right here, right? And then over here, all I see is an ear. All I see is his ear. He's talking, and I'm looking at his ear like it's his nose. That's awkward. As a viewer, this is a very awkward, like, scene framing, to be talking, to look at the back of someone's neck, basically, as they're talking.
You suggested we shoot here in this courtroom, and didn't you yourself suggest every single location for the film, including your own house that you were kind enough to lend us?
Well, that's true.
And didn't you, being not only a bestseller novelist, but also a justice of the Court of Michigan,
I have a feeling they didn't do too many rehearsals of this, because this guy over here, he's got the most natural smile on his face, as if they were just, improvising this a little bit, and it was very much a live take. It wasn't as controlled as a scene would be. And just look at the little smile that creeps up on his face.
Bestseller novelist.
He smiles right there. That's cute. Distracting, but cute.
Legal detail in the film?
Yes, Otto, but you don't have a jury.
Oh, that, you see, John. Our jury is not just 12 men and women in the box. Our judge and jury sits out there, millions and millions of people in theaters.
So they're breaking the fourth wall, which has already happened once. I'm not opposed to breaking the fourth wall. I just feel that, maybe that was the reason he was standing away, to be able to do this turn shot and come around. I don't know that it was more effective than him just turning to the camera. But, it's another attempt to engage with the audience and draw them in to get them to see the movie. I feel, though, there's no real theme here in terms of what is being presented. There's a whole lot that they're currently throwing at us. We've got a courtroom. We've got actors being sworn in. We've got Cab Calloway. I mean, hey, no offense to Cab Calloway. I just don't know that was the right place to put him as far as what was going to be in the movie. And then we have this conversation where we're looking at the back of the director's head, I take it, talking to the book author. Or I don't know if it was a screenwriter or not. I didn't think he did Otto did the screenwriting too. Oh, he produced it. And the screenplay was by Wendell Mays, based on the book of the same name, written by Justice John D. Volker. All right, so I forget who this person is. But anyway, so they are breaking the fourth wall in order to engage us as an audience. And they've thrown a lot of information at us in the first minute and a half. And we still have another 3 minutes to go. So, so far, information-packed trailer. Okay. Little cartoon break here.
He said, I fooled my lawyer, I fooled that head shrinker, I'm gonna fool that bunch of corn cobbers on the jury.
You're a liar! You're a lousy...
Ooh, court drama, drama.
Oh, could Muff have a little in that ashtray, maybe? He loves beer.
You want a beer for the dog?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we had the courtroom scene, and now we're juxtapositioning it against a beer-drinking dog.
He'll go to sleep now.
Common knowledge in Thunder Bay you were living with Quill?
Not true, but...
Okay, I'm emotionally all over the place. Drama, comedy, drama. There's a lot going on. And I just feel like things are being thrown at me. I'm getting an impression of the movie, but it's really scattered and complicated.
Barney Quill
Was what, Miss Palant? Barney Quill was what, Miss Palant?
The number one book
Get in her
is
face.
now the number one movie.
Oh, now we get a
Unanimously
voiceover.
acclaimed by the press everywhere. This is what the New York Times said about Anatomy of a Murder. Strong suspense, pounding drama, uninhibited and uncensored, well nigh flawless.
I can't I guess we do it differently. We do this. So in marketing, I think this is like some sort of like credibility or a technique that's supposed to, elevate, increase the reputation of the product. It's pretty unusual for us to have something like a voiceover with a recommendation. I think if you would go and look for these kinds of credibility enhancers, shall we call them, in modern day trailers, they might put them in a visual rather than a voiceover format. I think also there are fewer movie reviews now and more relying on the credibility of the director or the producer. So, from the director who brought you, fill in the blank, rather than the New York Times, because the New York Times is divisive these days. So it might be also the form of media that they're considering when they do that. Anyway, let's keep going with the trailer.
Well nigh flawless.
Now, until this trial's over, you're going to be a meek little housewife with horn-rimmed spectacles. And you're going to stay away from men and juke joints and booze and pinball machines. And you're going to wear a skirt and low-heeled shoes, and you're going to wear a girdle, and especially a girdle.
Why wouldn't I be legally justified in killing the man who raped my wife?
Whoa, okay, they just dropped that in the middle. I mean, whoa. okay, we're like 2-3 minutes into it, and now we know what the movie's about, which is like, that's fine, but that's kind of an interesting, I'm being very polite here by using the word interesting, decision in terms of the timing of the trailer to drop this information that this is what the film is about. Emotionally, it seems to be a mishmash of things that this trailer is evoking. It doesn't have a clear emotional structure, goal, aim, things that are, like the uniform, coherent. It's all over the place. I think it's an easier way to say it.
Now, if you'd caught him in the act, the shooting might have been justified, but you didn't catch him in the act.
Wow, it's sensational. New York Daily News.
Again, these visuals, what am I looking at?
One of the most extraordinary films ever made. Los Angeles Times. For those who can stand straight talk, Time magazine.
Well, doesn't a woman sort of instinctively know when a fellow's on the make?
Oh, sure. But that's only usual with me. With men, I mean. Almost all men, ever since I was a kid.
Did you cry out? Did you scream?
Didn't seem to be much use out there in the woods.
And this is what other critics said. As tense and thrilling a shocker as has come along in years. Life magazine. On every count, one of the best.
Who is that guy? All right. Yeah, this is pretty confusing. They go between these really dramatic scenes, and then they rip you out of that scene by giving you a voiceover with a really emotionally flat, empty visual. It's a real seesaw of information going back and forth on this. And then you just got...
has come along in years. Life
Sorry, I love this picture. I gotta see this again. We got this guy coming in and breaking the fourth wall. I mean, I'm not sure why, but yeah, sure, okay. I don't know. I'm just saying, compared to modern day trailers, this is less sophisticated, shall we say, in its advertising techniques and its editing structure or composition. So,
one of the best films of the year. New York Herald Tribune. Sacco Cinema. Don't miss Anatomy of a Murder. New York Post. The details are as plain spoken in the film as in the book. A trial as tense as the one in the novel. Look magazine.
Is that because you know that Barney Quill bathed and changed and cooled off after he raped and beat hell out of this poor woman?
Your Honor, everybody in this court is being tried except Frederick Mannion. I must protest...
Now listen, this is a cross-examination murder case. It's not a high school debate. What are you and Dancer trying to do? Railroad this soldier into the clink?
Oh, again, drama. After that flat reading, it goes to 100 and then nothing. And now we're back to the jazz sting. Musical bit here. Okay, we got a cartoon. I have to say, I'll wait for it to finish. I think we're almost done. We got a bit to go. Okay, got music and a cartoon. Again, this music, I'm not a... my ears! Okay. Hey, Cab Calloway. Honestly, brilliant, amazing. But maybe now isn't the time to showcase that kind of upbeat Cab Calloway music and feel, because it doesn't emotionally connect, or it doesn't emotionally reinforce the drama that we're seeing in the clips that they've included. So... let's wrap this up with this loud jazz music and everything. All right, that was it. Okay, so what can I say in terms of trailer trash or treasure? When I thought about how to do this show, one of the things I considered was how to evaluate these kinds of trailers. And I guess I kind of have three specific categories and then an overall marking. So the first one is like the visuals. How did I find the visuals? Did the visuals engage me? And in this case, I'm going to give it a meh, which is, it's not treasure, it's not trash. It's kind of meh. I guess if I was to lean toward anything, I would lean toward trash, not because Like, I don't think the movie is good. I just think that in terms of the trailer, the visuals that they put together, okay, we'll just call it trash. Like, again, it's the thing is, does it work in the trailer, right? And for this, I would say that what is going on in here visually is really incoherent. Like, I'm just getting too much information. So as a trailer, it's trash. I'm not talking about the movie, I'm talking about the trailer. Sound-wise, I'm gonna have to go trash, because I think it works best when you have a film or whatever you want to promote where the sound, all of the, whether it's the sound editing or the music, it should all reinforce whatever that emotional goal is that you have, the emotions that you want to evoke in people and leave with them at the end of the trailer. And emotionally, the music just didn't do it for me. Emotionally, the music was pulling me in one direction, but I'm supposed to be caring about the drama. And then concept, like how would I evaluate the overall concept of the trailer? It's not a coherent whole. There are cute elements to it. Like, I like the swearing in of the actors and the use of the director establishing some of the credibility of the people. But at the end of the day, that's not why you're going to go see a movie. And so as an advertisement, it doesn't really work for me, especially since they then go into all these clips. In the next section, the clips just seem random. Like, there doesn't seem to be a sense of a progression of the story by which clips they chose to insert. And so you end up getting moments of drama that you're not emotionally invested in because you're not really sure what's going on. So as a thematic, as a concept theme, a coherent concept, I'm going to have to give that trash too. I think it's really, I feel bad because I feel bad because I'm measuring it against today's standards, but it doesn't mean that it makes it better because it's older and it isn't as sophisticated. I think for its day, it was probably fine. I think today audiences would find it's very anachronistic and difficult to emotionally connect with because we have been given a media education, a media language that allows people who advertise movies now to effectively communicate with us, I think, on a more emotional level, rather than just the throw spaghetti at the wall and see what sticks way of doing it. Anyway, hey, if you found this interesting, why don't you give the video a like? And even better, why don't you comment below and give me a recommendation for a movie or series or game trailer that you would like me to look at next. Until next time, thanks for stopping by. I've been Kristi. You've been awesome. Have a great day. We'll see you again soon.